the recording. It's the 8th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Nefesh Hahaim.
Eri Shon of Hanukkah, Erev Shabbos Hanukkah. Yes, sirree. Okay. So we are right in the middle of Perek Yud Zayin, closer towards the end of it. Actually, we don't got too much more to go. And right now, the next thing that we got is the Zohar in Parshas Truma. He's going to bring from the Zohar in Parshas Truma for a support from what he just got to saying. And yes, what was it exactly that he just got to saying? He also mentioned the Avigail and David. Haisa Nefesh Adoni Tzrora B'Tzrora Chaim Es Hashem Elokecha. Pasuk in Shmuel. So what we said from that, even the lowest of the three spiritual components, the Nefesh, which corresponds to the liver and the actions of a person. Tistabek kabiyochol bo yisborach shmo. It also is cleaving, as it were, to Hashem, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And
what gate and chapter are we on now?
Gate 1, chapter 17.
17, okay.
What did Roy say? Page 251 in the Sefer?
Yes.
251, okay.
I think so.
So in other words, the reason why even because all of the Naran are connected to one another. So since the highest component, the neshama, and the highest part of that neshama, that chelik is that's the part that's not inside the person, but it comes from Piv Yisborach Shmo, Yipach Ba'apav Nishmas Chayim. And so that component is really a chelik Elokam Bimal, really. It's really from Hashem himself, Kabiyochel. And so since all of the parts are connected to one another, so then we say that even the lowest of the spiritual components of the three, the Nefesh, is Dovak Bashem. It's also cleaving and connected very, very closely to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kamash Kosev Zohar. And so now he's bringing a Zohar to support this, what he's saying. This is why he's always bringing the sources so that you can see that everything that he's saying is a source for it. It's based upon his understanding of the sources. Kamash Kosev Zohar Truma. I'm just going to read the Targum of the Zohar. As you know, the Zohar is written in Zoharish Aramaic. It's even more remote and unfamiliar to us than the Aramaic of the Gemara. It's a different type of it's a different dialect, or whatever you want to call it. So generally we just do the Targum. So the Targum says, "Kesheruach hahu ola lehitater," meaning litkasher, nefesh hahi mitkasheret beruach hahu umeira mimenu, v'haruach mitkasher b'neshama hahi, v'neshama hahi mitkasheret toch Sof hamachshava shehi sod hanefesh shelamala. Okay, so basically, to translate, every other word is a Kabbalistic term over here. So we know that we have Naran, Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama. So when the Ruach goes up, and it goes up to connect, that's what we're referring to. And how do all of them go? The Nefesh is the lowest part, Miskasheres Baruach. It connects itself to the Ruach. Like we said before, the highest part of the Nefesh connects to the lowest part of the Ruach. And the highest and lowest is, he told us, was corresponding to the Eser Spiros, because each one of these Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama has individual parts to itself. It's not all one unified whole spiritual component. It's I don't know if you could say divided, but it is composed of 10 spiritual parts which correspond to the Eser Spiros. The Eser Spiros, this 10 is a completeness, the shlemus of spirituality, the Eser Spiros. So each one of them is full in that spiritual place that it is. Okay, so the lowest one connects, the highest one of the lowest one connects to the lowest one of the next higher one on the rung, the Ruach. Umeira mimenu, and that it infuses that the Ruach one, the Ruach component infuses the lower component, the Nefesh, with the ore of kedusha, of ruchnius, spiritual power. And then the same thing goes for the Ruach. The Ruach is the middle component, kasher ben neshama. It connects at its highest point with the lowest point of the neshama. And then the neshama, Hahaim is kasheres tok sof hamachshava. Something called sof hamachshava. And what is that? It's a byword for sod hanefesh shelamala, the sod of the nefesh shelamala. So that is something that's a Kabbalistic term, very high up, I'm sure. And we see that the progression is going up and up, connecting all the way up. The nefesh ha'imachim kasheret ba'af ba'ein sof. Oh, that's what it means. Ein Sof is another Kabbalistic expression for some aspect of a Kodesh Baruch Hu. Of course, a Kodesh Baruch Hu is Echad. He doesn't have different aspects. He doesn't have different parts. But in the Kabbalah, they have different terminology. It's just referring to a different. As we perceive it as a different aspect. Just like we perceive HaKadosh Baruch Hu as Elokim, so he has that name, and he has the shame of Yod Kei Vav Kei. So one we perceive to us, it's Rachamim, and the other shame we perceive as Din. But really, in truth, there's no difference. Hashem is Echad. Hashem is a unity. It's simply the way that we perceive it. We perceive it as din, and we perceive this as rachamim. But it's really in Hashem's eyes, it's all one, and because He is one, and He's totally one. Yes, absolutely. V'oz hinachas l'kol v'kesher hakol lamala ulamata hakol b'sod echad. So everything is connected. The Hashem connects us to Him through the Naran. V'oz zu hi menuchas hanefesh lamata v'alzeh katuv b'haisa nefesh. And this creates a menuchas hanefesh, right, menucha, right? How do you explain what menucha is? Menucha is
Being rested,
Frank,
peaceful.
peaceful. Yes,
Peaceful.
everything is perfect. Everything is the way that it's connected exactly in the perfect way. Everything is in place. Everything is as it should be. It's perfection. And zu hi menuchas hanefesh lamata v'alzeh kasuv b'haisa nefesh. So that's the neshama has a menucha. And that's what Abigail benched that David should be zocha to. V'haisa nefesh Adoni, the nefesh of my master should be tzrora, but tzrora chayim should be bound up in the bonds of life. As Hashem Elokecha, with Hashem. That's the definition of being bound up with the bond of life. Being connected, completely connected to Hashem. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. So now that's the Zohar. I'm just seeing how far he went with the Zohar. It's all the way until, yeah, it's all until there. And then the next thing he says is Parshas Acharei. And now he's bringing from another place in the Zohar. Seeming, I think so. Here we also have another quote from the Zohar in Aramaic. Do you have the Hebrew translation of the Zohar in where so Parshas Acharei?
I think we do, but I've got to find it.
you want the Hebrew or the English?
If you have the Hebrew, you could read the Hebrew, and then translate it.
440.
It says Kad Hahi.
No, that's Aramaic.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't have it then.
What we've got here is Ruach with Nechama with God, therefore transpires that the Nefesh is bound up with the bond of life, referred to further to Zohar in 241. I've got here Zohar 3 in Vayikra. No, you want the Acharei.
Yeah, so that should be right after the one from Truma.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't. The only one I've got is one.
Maybe they didn't want to trouble you with with another quote from the Zohar.
Yeah, I've just got Ruach, the Nefesh with the Ruach with the Nechama with God, and it therefore transpires that the Nefesh is bound up with the bond of life. And then it's got refer further to Zohar, and that's in Vayikra, where it's got the translation there. It's got a quote from Vayikra in English here. Will I read it?
Okay, what does it say?
It's in Vayikra. I can't read. And because of this, may my master's nefesh be bound up with the bond of life. And we have established that the nefesh is bound with ruach, and the ruach with nechama, and nechama with God. So just repeating.
Okay. There seems to be something interesting over here in the quote from Achrei Mos. It asks a question. The Zohar asks a question. We learned in the pasuk in Shmuel. That's the pasuk that quotes Abigail's benching David, the bracha that she gave to him. Elamadnu katuv v'haisa nefesh adoni tzroa b'tzroachai. So this is a question, says the Zohar. V'haisa nefesh adoni. The Zohar asks, is that the way that she should say it? Nishmas adoni hayat tzorech loymar. Rather, Abigail should have said Nishmas Adoni. So, in other words, Abigail, she just used the word Nefesh Adoni, without the tough. And the Zohar is asking, shouldn't she have used the tough together with the oh, I'm noticing something else about this. Oh, that's what we're saying. Yes, okay.
Parents?
So she used the word nefesh. And the Zohar says, shouldn't she have used the word nishmas? So the difference is between using the word nefesh and using the word nishmas. The nefesh is the lowest spiritual component. The neshama is the highest one. So the Zohar is asking, why did she use the lowest spiritual component to say that should be bound up with Hashem? Nishmas Adoni Hayat Tzorech Lomar. Ella. So the Zohar says, Kamosh Amanu. This is like we've said. This is the Targum of the Zohar into Lashon HaKodesh. She'ashrei chelkom shel tzadikim. That the portion of tzadikim, they are very fortunate. Their portion is great. Shehakol nikshar zeh bezeh hanefesh beruach beneshama behaneshama b'kudshbrichu. Okay, so this is the same idea that we've already said. That's what the Nefesh Hahaim himself said. That Abigail, she was a wise woman. She was a very wise woman. So she knew that the Nefesh component is connected to the Ruach component, and that the Ruach component is connected to the Neshama, and the Neshama, it connects to Hashem. And so she said to David, he said, I give you a bracha that your nefesh component should be, the lowest component should be connected to Hashem. Of course, in the way that we're explaining, it's connected through being connected to the Ruach, through being connected to the Neshama. But the point is that is the greatest connection. That not only the highest spiritual component, the neshama, is connected to Hashem, And not only the second highest, the ruach, but even the nefesh component is going to be tzrura b'tzroa Hahaim. Es Hashem Elokecha. Wow. Nimsash nefesh tzrura b'tzroa Hahaim. Ki niksheres neshama shehi b'tzroa Hahaim. Yes. Okay, so that's the, and with that, oh, the Nefesh Hachaim has one sentence over here. After he quoted that one, he says, take a look further in Vayikra. Oh, that's what you read. Okay. Take a look in Vayikra. Yaakov, he quotes a pasuk over here. This is a pasuk. Yaakov Chebel Nachlasoi. Now, this is a very intriguing pasuk if you think about this for a moment. I don't think, I didn't hear from the translation that you gave that they mentioned the pasuk, Yaakov Chevel Nachalosoi. Literally, what does this mean? Yaakov is Yaakov. Chevel, what's a Chevel? A rope. Nachaloso, that's his inheritance. Now, this is a very strange pasuk on the face of it. I understand that Yaakov has a nachala, he has an inheritance. Very good. But what does it have to do with a rope? This is something that the Zohar is expounding upon over here. Kihem chelek Hashem medubakim kabiyachol bo yisborach shmo al yedei his kashrus hagimel bechinois. This is the where is this pasuk? Yaakov Chevel Nachlasoi. This is a pasuk in Tehillim, I think. Face. Not finding it over here. Where is this pasuk, I wonder? Maybe it's a pasuk in the Navi. Okay, wherever it is, we're not going to get bogged down with finding where the pasuk is right now. But what is the idea? This is what we want to say over here. What is the idea of a rope in connection with the inheritance of Yaakov? And then when we say Yaakov, what do we mean when we say Yaakov? We mean Klal Yisrael. Yaakov, and particularly Klal Yisrael, in the long Gullus, because of all of the Avos, Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Yaakov is the forefather that went into Gullus, and he lived in Gullus for many, many years. And so he is the one who is most similar to us in our situation, living in Gullus, Klal Yisrael, for many, many years. And Yaakov, his inheritance is a Hevel, because even in Gullus, even in the dark of Gullus, amongst the Umas Olam, our inheritance with Hashem is described as a rope. And the Nefesh Hachaim explains what's the idea of a rope. Kechebel hakashur lamala. Umishtalshel v'yored ad lamata. A hevel is connection. That's what a hevel is all about. It makes connection. A rope. When you got a rope, you can connect two things together. And with that connection, Klal Yisrael, even in Golus, connects to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Imagine a rope which is connected all the way up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And all of the hashgacha, all of the Hashem's shefa of bracha and atzlacha and siyata deshmaya, all the good things and everything comes down to us all the way above from HaKadosh Baruch Hu all the way into this world, and that reality, and that is the nachla of Yaakov, of the Jewish people in Golus. Even in Golus, we are totally connected to Hashem, just like our Nefesh, Ruach, and Neshama is connected all the way up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, wherever we are, even in Golus. This is our connection to Hashem. That is our inheritance. So even though we are in Golus, we are totally connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Very good. Tov ma'od. Okay, so that takes care of Perek Yud Zayin. And we have to give a round of applause. Hooray! For chapter 17.
Hooray.
Now let's go. Yes. Let's go to chapter 18. Perek Yud Ches. Kol ze mirov tuvoy v'chazdo hagodol yisborach. This is all from Hashem's great goodness and his loving kindness. And we call upon Roy to do the reading.
Okay, the title that 18 has got, chapter 18 got here is Sin disconnects Nefesh and damages Ruach, the Shema is unaffected. That's its title.
What was that again?
Sin disconnects Nefesh and damages Ruach, Neshama unaffected.
Oh, I hear what they're saying. Okay, we'll have to keep that in mind. When we spoke about this before. This is a ongoing issue over here. How does sin affect the neshama?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that the sin has some impact on the first two components, but the third component of neshama is not affected at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
V'chol ze marov mavo v'chasodo hagodol yisborach shemo all this, that is God's establishment of the above interconnectivity of the three levels, is a share lahat tiknu lahativ achari risno achari seno laws hippoly out of his great goodness and mercy with which he desires to put us right to do good for us, recover us, Become aim. Ukavaim Be'inyan Ze Shekol Shechina Mahashlosha Elu to see Kashay Bahabatena Shalaya. So out of his great goodness and mercy, with which he desires to put us right, to do good for us. Therefore, his counsel is wondrous, and he establishes this concept that each of these three levels interconnect with the level above it. Today, Shala Yadai Ze Yochel Ha'adam La'alos Ulahis Tabshe Mimata Lamala Ma'at and that so that through this man is enabled to gradually elevate and connect from the lower worlds to the higher worlds. We'll continue. Or...
So this is a fascinating point that he's making over here. If you ever were wondering why do we have to have these different spiritual components, and why does one have to be connected to this one and that one or that one? Why can't, in other words, why can't we have that the nefesh is connected straight to Hashem? Why do we have to have all these different levels over here? This is one of the main concepts that the Kabbalah talks about. This concept of hishtalshelus, of the gradually lowering down of Hashem's spiritual and material bounty into this world through all the olamos that are connected to one another. And the point over here is like the Nefesh Hahaim tells us, because like this is all done out of Hashem's great chesed to us, that He wants us to at the end of the day, He wants us to be He wants us to be in a good situation, to be able to prosper and be connected to Him. But how does it work? It works in a gradual way, because it can't work. It can't work right away. It can't work that we're immediately connected, because if tomorrow has v'shalom something we do is not so good, so if the connection was too great, it would just blow up, and the bridge would blow up, and that would be the end of the story. Has v'shalom. Like this, the way it's wired, Hashem allows a person to ascend the spiritual ladder gradually, and if he's going to have a fallout, he's going to fall down, so he doesn't have far to fall, and then he just gets back up and he starts ascending again on the ladder, and like that, he's going to be able to do it. He's going to be able to gradually get it where it is that Hashem wants us to get to. Incredible. Wow. It's the mashal is like this. Hashem gives us a mashal in this world, right? The sun. What greater benefit in the sky is there than the sun? The sun gives warmth. The sun gives light. The sun gives heat. But it's so powerful. If a person is going to look right at it, or he's going to get too close to it, or be in the direct sunlight, it could be dangerous for him. So it's too powerful. we have to filter it out. We got to have sunglasses. We got to stay in the shade, and we got to, right? We got to be in our house. We're, so to speak, protecting ourselves and shielding ourselves from all the great goodness that the sun has to offer us. This is the example that we could see of the way Hashem relates to us also. In order to connect to his goodness, it has to come with filters and gradually. Okay, we're out of time.
Thank you, Rabbi.
All the best.
I have a good Shabbos and a good Yom Tov.
And good luck getting ready for Shabbos Hanukkah.
Yeah.
And that is a great bracha, as everybody knows.
All right, take care.